Take a deep breath with me. Go on, right now. Just one simple, slow breath. Inhale and exhale. Because sometimes, 1 minute, just 60 seconds is all it takes to reset your entire day. This message is for you right now, wherever you are, whatever you're carrying. We often underestimate the power of a single moment. We're always rushing, worrying, jumping from one thing to another, from one notification to the next. Our minds are a chaotic storm of to-do lists and anxieties. But what if I told you that if you give yourself one intentional minute each day, you can transform the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you show up in your life? It sounds too simple, I know, but the most profound changes often begin with the smallest shifts. Today I want to share the 1 minute that changed my days and, eventually, my entire direction. A few years ago I was living on pure autopilot. I was the kind of person who woke up already stressed, already feeling behind, already overwhelmed by the day ahead. It felt like my mind was racing at 100 miles an hour before my feet even hit the floor in the morning. My phone was the first thing I reached for, and instantly I was flooded with emails, news, and the demands of the world. I was reacting, never leading. I felt like a passenger in my own life, being pulled along by currents I couldn't control. One morning during a particularly chaotic period, I was talking with an older mentor, someone who just seemed to have this unshakable sense of calm about him. I was venting about my stress, my lack of focus, my feeling of being constantly behind. He listened patiently, and then he told me something I will never, ever forget. He said, "Your morning's answer to your mindset. Take 1 minute to set your intention, and your day will follow." Honestly, I didn't believe him at first. 1 minute, out of 24 hours, out of the 1,440 minutes we get each day. It sounded like a nice idea, but completely impractical. How could 60 seconds possibly stand a chance against the mountain of stress I was facing every single day? But I was desperate enough to try anything. So, the next morning, instead of grabbing my phone, I did something different. I sat up in bed, just for 60 seconds, closed my eyes, and asked myself one simple question. What kind of day do I want to live? Not just go through. I didn't try to solve all my problems. I didn't make a new to-do list. I just focused on that one question. And in that stillness, an answer came to me. I wanted a day of focus. I wanted to feel present, not scattered. That was it. And you know what? That tiny moment of intention was like a rudder for my entire day. I still had the same challenges, the same workload, but my approach was different. That was the moment everything started to shift. So, here's the 1 minute habit that changed my life. And I want to break it down for you so you can try it too. It's incredibly simple. I stopped waking up reacting to the world, and started reflecting before facing it. My alarm would go off, and instead of lunging for my phone, I would sit on the edge of my bed. I'd take a few deep breaths, just to ground myself in the present moment. Then, I would ask myself 3 simple questions. First, what matters most today? This isn't about your entire to-do list. It's about identifying the 1 or 2 things that will truly move the needle, the things that align with your bigger goals or values. For me, some days it was finishing a big project. Other days it was being fully present with my family. This question cuts through the noise. Second, how do I want to feel today? This is a game changer. We often focus on what we need to do, but we forget to consider how we want to feel while doing it. Do you want to feel calm, focused, energized, patient, or creative? By naming the feeling, you're giving your brain a target. It's like setting an emotional thermostat for your day. And third, what can I let go of right now? This is about releasing baggage before you even start your day. Is it yesterday's mistake, a worry about the future, an annoying comment someone made? Acknowledge it, and then mentally release it. You don't have to carry it with you. Just those 3 questions. 1 minute, no overthinking, no rushing, just honest answers from you, to you. That single minute created space in my mind. It was like opening a window in a stuffy room. It created space to choose clarity over chaos, purpose over distraction, and peace over pressure. And the most incredible thing happened. When your first minute of the day is calm and intentional, your next hours begin to follow that same rhythm. It sets the tone for everything that follows. Most people think a better day requires huge sweeping changes, a whole new morning routine, a new diet, a new workout plan, a new burst of motivation. And while those things can be helpful, the truth is, real transformation begins with small moments that are consistently repeated. That 1 minute creates awareness. Awareness is the first step. You can't change what you're not aware of. That minute makes you aware of your mental state, your priorities, your emotional triggers. Then, that awareness creates intention. Instead of just letting the day happen to you, you start to decide how you'll approach it. You're no longer a passive observer. You're an active participant, and that intention creates action. When you've decided you want to feel focused, you're more likely to put your phone away. When you've decided what matters most, you're more likely to work on that task first. Your actions begin to align with your intentions. And finally, that action creates change. Small, intentional actions repeated daily compound over time. It's like compound interest for your well-being. Nothing shifts until you do. And every single shift, big or small, starts inside your mind. It starts with that first conscious decision of the day. I remember one morning in particular when this practice really saved me. I woke up feeling heavy, not physically tired, but mentally and emotionally drained. My thoughts were loud, messy, and disorganized. A wave of anxiety washed over me about a difficult conversation I had to have later that day. My first instinct was to just pull the covers over my head and avoid it all. I didn't want to face anything, but I made a deal with myself. Just 1 minute, that's all, so I took that 1 minute anyway. I sat up, took a shaky breath, and sat still. I acknowledged the anxiety. I didn't fight it. I just let it be there. I asked myself my questions. What matters most? Having that conversation with integrity. How do I want to feel? Grounded and compassionate. What can I let go of? The fear of the outcome. The need to control how the other person reacts. When I opened my eyes 60 seconds later, nothing around me had changed. The difficult conversation was still waiting for me. My anxieties hadn't magically vanished, but everything inside me did. I felt a sense of resolve. I felt a quiet strength. That moment didn't solve my problem, but it gave me the mindset to face it. It shifted me from a state of fear into a state of readiness, and that made all the difference. So, here is your invitation. I'm not asking you to change your whole life tomorrow. I'm just inviting you to try this. Give yourself 1 minute today. Just one. It doesn't have to be in the morning, though. That's a powerful time. It can be before a big meeting, after a stressful commute, or whenever you feel the chaos creeping in. Wherever you are, just stop. Put your hand over your heart. Feel its beat. Breathe slowly and deeply. And ask yourself, how do I want to show up in this next moment, in this next hour, for the rest of today? Not for the world, not for perfection, but for you. How do you want to show up for yourself? You deserve clarity. You deserve calm. You deserve a day that reflects your intention, not your anxiety. And it all begins with just 1 mindful minute. If you practice this every day, calmly and intentionally, don't be surprised when your life starts to feel lighter, clearer, and more deeply meaningful. It's the smallest change that makes the biggest difference. Thank you for listening. Give this a try, and let me know how it goes. If this message resonated, feel free to share it with someone who might need it. Take care.